Hi everyone, it's Annalisa and welcome to my channel. The phases that your Divine Masculine will go through starts with number one, the initial meeting with your Divine Feminine. And this typically can last anywhere from one day, believe it or not, to several months. Now, there are some that I have actually coached that have been married and then they become activated. So that can happen as well. But the initial meeting, the bubble up phase, usually doesn't last very long, but it can last up to several months, give or take. And this is the phase where the soul activation occurs. And in this phase, usually the Divine Feminine doesn't even realize that they are in a twin flame connection. But surely after, the Divine Feminine receives the information regarding twin flames, and then he or she goes looking for twin flame information and starts to understand what the journey really involves. The second phase is the Divine Masculine goes into the running phase. And this is because the energies of the combined soul is overwhelming for the Divine Masculine. So then they must run. They will run for the hills. They will run as far as they can. And they will keep running until the Divine Feminine begins to detach. So in this stage, many Divine Feminines have that obsessive chasing energy. They don't understand what's going on. They thought everything was fine, and then they begin to realize that their Divine Masculine isn't coming back. And if they are coming back, they come back very quickly and then they leave again. So that runner-chaser dynamic can start at this phase. However, many go into long periods of separation as well. So there are those that go through that runner-chaser, and then there are those that go through longer separation phases. So during this time, your Divine Masculine is getting very involved with what's going on in the matrix. They are avoiding you. They are trying to keep busy in the matrix, going to the gym, possibly getting involved in drinking or alcohol or even drugs, and doing all they can to get away from the Divine Feminine because the energies are just overwhelming. So they run away from the Divine Feminine and do anything and everything to keep distracted in the matrix. A lot of them really dive themselves into work as well. Now at this point, as the Divine Feminine begins to, like I mentioned, receive information about twin flames, they are beginning to withdraw some of that energy, and that allows the Divine Masculine to breathe a little bit. But it is not until the Divine Feminine completely detaches their energy and pulls away their energy does the Divine Masculine really begin to settle their own energy. And you have to remember, the energy frequency is the same for the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. So the Divine Feminine is withdrawing her energy or his energy, and the Divine Masculine can feel that energy and being a lot calmer. So at this point, they are basically living their life with maybe another relationship. Maybe they are remaining single. Maybe they're actually looking to date other people. But still, they are very involved in the matrix. And at this point, another phase is the phase where the Divine Feminine really begins to neutralize their core wounds and begins to really acknowledge the core wounds and begins to alchemize that energy and starts to realize that this is an awakening journey. This journey is about the Divine Feminine energy and really begins to choose themselves. And at this phase, this is when the Divine Masculine is able to come back in and reaches out to the Divine Feminine. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that this is union. This is considered a reunion. And the Divine Masculine at this point doesn't really even know that they are in a twin flame connection. And it is not necessarily for them to even understand what the twin flame connection is. Their role is being advanced in the matrix, where the role of the Divine Feminine is to be the spiritually advanced one. He or she gets more involved in healing and in spirituality as well. But the divine masculine can be reaching out to the divine feminine. And at this point, this is where the divine feminine really needs to set boundaries and not jump right back into a reunion, because that will only send the divine masculine running again. The divine masculine begins their healing journey once the divine feminine has embodied the energy of source, has embodied the energy of unity consciousness, and is fine being without the divine masculine. The divine feminine is able to step into her power, has learned what their soul mission is, knows how to put himself or herself first, and begins to set boundaries for the divine masculine. And at this point, the divine masculine is seeking the divine feminine even more, and they know that they have to step up. They know they cannot come back in the energy that they used to come back in. So the healing occurs once the divine feminine has reached her inner union, feels good about themselves, doesn't necessarily need their divine masculine anymore. And that pushes the divine masculine to do their own healing and to really begin to step up and come back in a beautiful masculine way, in a way where they are not letting down the divine feminine. They want something longer. They're able to spend time together. They're able to be that masculine energy and commit to a longer type of connection. So now the divine feminine can choose whether they want to be with their divine masculine, whether they want to pursue a soulmate, another relationship, or they want to be by themselves. It's really up to the divine feminine to make that decision. The divine masculine is drawn back in by the beautiful energy that the divine feminine holds. So the divine masculine wants to be with the divine feminine. Because the both of you are the same soul and the same frequency, you are one energetic field. However, the divine feminine manages the energy. And these phases are really important for the divine feminine to really embody and really come to their own power. And it is not really until then can the divine masculine do their own healing and then come back in a way that the divine feminine wants them to. So I hope all of this has helped. If you need help with detoxing the energy and putting yourself first, my workshop, I Choose Me, will be on March 10th. So feel free to check that out on my website. I also have coaching sessions available and my course. Sending you all so much love.